gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
Police releasing new details in that shooting at an East Oakland middle school. Police say the evidence shows it was not a deliberate school shooting.
This happened at Madison Park Academy. That's where students are back in school after that 13-year-old was shot after recess by another student. The victim is in the hospital recovering from his injuries. The 12-year-old accused of shooting him is in police custody. The Oakland Unified School District says they are providing more resources for students and staff. This latest act of gun violence has galvanized a community that it says it's tired and it's calling for change.
Clown 4's Dan Kerman joins us live from our newsroom tonight with more on a rally that took place earlier today dealing with all of this. Dan, so much frustration.
Absolutely. These mothers and murder victims say the community has a role to play. They have to step up and do more to stop this ever-increasing level of violence.
I'm standing today with mothers in this community who are grieving.
Following another deadly weekend in Oakland, mothers of murder victims and their advocates gathered outside Oakland City Hall Tuesday to beg the community not to be complacent and do more to end gun violence.
We are here today, mothers and fathers who have lost our children here in the city of Oakland, to appeal, to charge you as a community to step up. You can't win a game if you never get on the field. And with everybody standing on the sidelines, we will have the same problem.
Don't pull that trigger.
Yeah.
Put that pole down. Put that stick down. Think about it first, because in a moment of rage, you can put yourself in a cage and your whole family will suffer and other people will suffer for generations. Think before you strike.
Oakland has seen 6 homicides in 4 days, plus the Monday shooting of a 13-year-old by a 12-year-old at an East Oakland school. Some pointed out it's not a matter of more police.
You got a 12-year-old and a 13-year-old in distress. No amount of policing gonna stop that. We talking about, let's really talk about what it means to have a whole community, a wholesome community. We're looking for solutions, and we're looking for people who say those children matter.
Oakland's police chief thanked the mothers of murder victims for speaking out and said now the focus should be on mothers and others preventing the next act of violence.
We need to implore our family members and friends and those that are connected to us to put down the guns, to stop using guns as a way of dealing with every confrontation, every disagreement. Everything that you don't like, you respond with a firearm. We can do better. Our community deserves better.
The chief says no longer can family members and friends sit idly by. They have to intervene before violence occurs. Live in the newsroom, Dan Kerman, Cron 4 News.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Parents voicing concern about how they learned about a shooting at an Oakland middle school. Parents at Madison Park Academy say the school dropped the ball during yesterday's shooting on campus. They tell us they were not notified until hours after the critical incident that prompted a lockdown. KTV's Evan Sarnofsky has more now from parents and a city councilman about the district's response. Evan.
Yeah, Heather, many of those parents tell us they were notified about the shooting by getting calls and texts from their children who were sheltering in their classrooms. Thankfully, the student who was wounded is recovering, but many are now wondering what the school's protocols are, especially if things had turned out worse.
I really don't know what happened. I heard the helicopters, and we got a text from the kids and we came down.
This mom is just one of many parents at Madison Park Academy who said she was in the dark after gunfire erupted Monday at the school.
My reaction was to get down here and get these kids out.
She said she learned of the shooting that injured a 13-year-old from her kids inside the building.
This is a place of learning, not horror. And that's what it's becoming.
Investigators are still piecing together the circumstances of the shooting, but sources told KTVU that they were looking into whether the kids were playing with a gun at school and it accidentally discharged. Madison Park Academy and called and emailed the Oakland Unified School District. We want to know their policies and procedures for alerting parents during critical incidents. They have not returned any of our messages. But at 10 p.m. Monday night, the district did send out this alert to parents, a full 8.5 hours after the shooting. It reads in part, quote, "As you might have heard already in the news or through word of mouth, there was an incident on Monday at Madison Park Academy Secondary School. Someone had a firearm and a round was discharged. A student was hit and is currently in the hospital receiving treatment for their injury."
When we fail to plan, we plan to fail. And that is unfortunately what happens when you have hours-long delays in communication.
Oakland City Councilman Lauren Taylor, whose kids go to Oakland Unified Schools, said he's been in touch with officials from the district expressing his concerns.
And I am expecting that there will be corrections, improvements made immediately so that when and if something happens again, that there is a better response, there is faster communication.
Authorities say a 12-year-old is in custody and they have recovered the gun used in the shooting. The school is back open Tuesday, and officials say counselors are providing support to students and staff. Reporting live in the newsroom, Evan Cernovsky, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.